Just pulling together a little kit so that when you do start to feel that tickle in your throat or a little under the weather, maybe you've got a nice heating pad or a thermometer. What do we need? Flu and cold medicines, having just some of those things ready to go. All in one place, a little wellness kit, I think is a great idea.
Almost the same that you're speaking of. My son was not feeling well. I remember this was last year. I was very far from him.
Right.
And I did Amazon same day, just a couple cans of chicken noodle soup, some
Yes.
cough drops. And I remember I said, hey, there's something at your door.
Yeah.
And he just said, this was so great. And so, Carrie, I like that one very much.
When you're feeling under the weather, the last thing you want to do is get dressed and go to a store. And in fact, the people at the store don't want to see you either because they don't want you bringing whatever germ you have.
Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Carrie. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, or navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what works for us and what doesn't, with some encouragement along the way.
Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time. Hello, it's Meg and Carrie. Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home, or welcome back if you've been a loyal listener so far. We're so happy to have you along with this conversation. And today, Carrie and I are going to be discussing tips on how to stay well during the busy holiday season. But Carrie, first, how are you?
I'm doing really well today, Meg. Thank you. And I think that this is an important topic because we all want to stay really well over the holidays, but it is a busy time, which can have some stress, good and bad stress with it. And so these are just our personal tips that we wanted to share in case you hadn't heard them before. And we would love to hear any of our listeners' tips as well.
Yes. And one thought before we go back and forth, I was just thinking from young to old, there's sometimes where we want to take care of others during this time.
Yes.
But in order to do that best, I think we need to really rely on taking care of ourselves too.
Oh, that's a very great point. Yes, I agree. What is the saying? Put on your own oxygen mask first so you can help others. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking of. So
Yeah.
Carrie and I are going to just go back and forth about a few of our tips to hopefully encourage you to remember to take a deep breath, take care of yourselves, and enjoy the very best of this season that is coming soon. So Carrie, why don't you kick it off?
I'm taking a look at my list here, and at the very top, I have illness prevention. So obviously trying to prevent even getting sick or run down to begin with. So on my list, I have fresh air and sunshine. Even in those states and provinces that have chilly winter, it's still really important to get out, get that fresh air, get that sunshine to help protect your immunity, vaccinations, getting those vitamins, washing those hands, and getting some nutritious food. So all of those tips are just to help prevent even getting illness in the first place. That would be ideal.
That makes a lot of sense, Carrie. And to play off of that, I'll go ahead into my first tip, which is just a concentrated version of that, is just to stay hydrated, but let's make it fun with a twist. Maybe you want to do some of those electrolyte packets, the LMNTs, or maybe you want to add a slice of citrus or lemon to your water to encourage you to drink that good hydration, or even for the holidays, maybe a cinnamon stick or something fun from your kitchen that will just make that water taste ever so tasty and keep you hydrated so you don't get run down in that one specific area.
Yeah, that's a really good tip. I like that one. And I was just hearing a different podcast talking about the benefits of things like green tea with antioxidants in it. So yeah, warm, cozy drinks are always very nice in the wintertime for sure. This is talking about mental health wellness versus physical wellness. Loneliness can creep in over the holidays. It's dark, it's chilly. We don't really want to go out as much. So making an intentional plan to connect with friends and family for a coffee or maybe just even a video chat or hosting a simple bring your favorite soup night or something. Our emotional wellness is just as important as our physical wellness. So trying to find ways that fill your cup. And obviously, if you're an introvert and you would rather do something different, just finding activities that can keep you engaged and get us through those dark winter nights.
Yeah, imagine that, just kind of having those little coffee dates already set in and scheduled
Yes.
to keep yourself in connection and communication, or even a FaceTime like you and I are virtual right now, but it's
Right.
just so nice to connect. Yes,
Yes, yes, I
I
agree.
like it. Well, my next tip is to set gentle boundaries for yourself.
Ah,
Sometimes I know you, I know me, I want to say yes to
right.
everything because I think it could be an opportunity, it could be a new connection.
Yes.
But when times get busy,
Mhm.
sometimes politely saying no to some extra commitments that might just drain your energy tank, because we
Yeah.
all start it maybe in the morning 100%,
Mhm.
but once you get down, you need to maintain the energy for what will get you through the day. So protect your energy. And sometimes it's just a nice, polite no is all they need. And maybe they're just trying to extra include you,
Sure.
and you can just gently say no and
Yeah.
move on to the next time and hopefully maybe connect with them another way.
Yes, and it is okay to say no. It absolutely is okay to say no. And I had that on my list as well, just engaging in things that fill your cup and avoiding things that drain you because we can watch the Hallmark movies and see all the fanciness that some people do for the holidays, but that doesn't mean it has to look like that for you. What feels good to you is what you should be doing. So I think that's a great tip. I like that one very much. So the next one on my list, I kind of liked this one. It was a suggestion that I got online when I was doing a little research. It says, prioritize sleep and slow mornings. We're in the season of hibernation. The holidays often mean late nights and busy days. Balance out by giving yourself some slow mornings when you can. Stay in your robe, light a candle, and sip something warm before jumping into the day. That sounds delightful.
It really does. If you can pause and just say, I'm going to take 5 minutes in the morning to maybe
Yeah.
do your skincare, or like you said, put on that robe, sip your coffee for extra 5 minutes. Just
Yes.
enjoy, take some deep breaths, and start your day in a really mindful way.
Yes, yeah. One of my sisters, her very favorite thing to do on the weekends is to have coffee in her jammies, where she doesn't even get dressed yet. She, stays in those pajamas, cozy pajamas, and has her coffee before she even showers and get dressed for the day. So that does sound quite nice.
Fabulous.
Yes,
Amazing. Love
yes.
it. Well, you started at the beginning of the day. So, my next tip, I'm going to jump to one of mine
Hmm.
that is the end of the day. Maybe end the day with some rituals during that time.
Hmm.
You and I've talked before about how I like to stretch before I crawl into bed.
Yes.
So, taking just like you did in the morning,
Hmm.
give yourself 5-10 minutes to stretch, maybe read a book, listen to some calming music,
Yeah.
maybe put that scrolling aside for this
Yeah.
time if you
Yeah.
can. And it
Hmm.
signals your body to relax, helps you recharge for the day, and maybe get a little more quality sleep.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and I think the movement part that you mentioned, the stretching, just some gentle movement, it doesn't have to be a super rigorous workout, but just something if it's a bit of a stroll in the areas of the country that are really cold, we maybe don't want to go for the same kind of walks and hikes that we normally do, but getting that fresh air and just a bit of movement, whether it's on your treadmill or some stretching by the fireplace or even 10 minutes outside, just is so helpful, I think, to help us stay well. So I like that one. Well, my last one is creating a winter wellness kit. So this is actually preventative stuff, but also when we do get under the weather. And I like to do this for our girls, our 2 daughters,
Sure.
or young adult women living in the city, is just pulling together a little kit so that when you do start to feel that tickle in your throat or a little under the weather, maybe you've got a nice heating pad or a thermometer just in case you need to check to see if you've reached having a fever. And what do we need? Flu and cold medicines, having just some of those things ready to go, all in one place. A little wellness kit, I think, is a great idea. It would probably be a really nice gift to give to.
That would be.
I don't know if they would appreciate it as much as the moms would just be relieved to know that they have that. But
Well, it was funny that this was a good gift, and it was almost the same that you're speaking of. My son was not feeling well. I remember this was last year.
Mhm.
I was very far from him,
Right.
and I did Amazon same day, just a couple cans of chicken noodle soup, some
Yes.
cough drops, and I remember I said, "Hey, there's something at your door."
Yeah.
And he just said, "This was so great." I mean, I
Yeah.
really was so Carrie, I like that one very much.
Yes, yeah, some maybe cans of soup or those little packs of the Lipton noodle that you put the
Yes.
boiling water in. It doesn't have to be anything difficult to pull together, but when you're feeling under the weather, the last thing you want to do is get dressed and go to a store. And in fact, the people at the store don't want to see you either because they don't want you bringing whatever
Right.
you have. So if you have some of that stuff on hand, it's just so great. And I know, if you're out and you just get that chill in your bones, those wheat bags? I don't know is it wheat that's in them?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, I think some of them have wheat seeds in them, and it's like a long piece of fabric and it's filled this wheat and you put it in the microwave and warm it up and then you like put it around your neck and they're just so cozy. Actually, Jessica has it's called a Warmie. She calls it a Warmie. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but there's little different animals and they're filled with this wheat and you warm them up and
Oh,
then you snuggle with them. And so there's adorable little dogs and teddy bears and all these little cute, so Warmies, I think they're called. So I'll have to look it up and
Warmies.
I'll have to look it up and include the link, but they're super cute and just nice to have around as almost like a heating pad, but you just put it in the microwave real quick. So
This is inspiring me just to prepare for myself because you're
yeah,
right. If you don't have tea, you don't have those cough
yeah,
drops,
yeah,
the last thing you wanna do. So
yeah,
I think the next time I'm out, I think I'm just gonna get a
yeah,
few of those. Great idea,
yeah,
especially we get worn down during the holidays.
yeah,
We overdo it. So we're just trying to talk to our listeners just to just prepare a little bit and maybe gently go into these holidays. I like that very
yeah,
much. Well, it wouldn't be redesigning health and home without me talking about workouts. And you mentioned a little bit about the walks in the cold.
yeah,
So, home workouts, this is a great time to
yeah,
start those. Start those home workouts because the last thing you want to do, one, you think, I don't have time because to get there's 20 minutes, to get home is 20 minutes,
right.
and you still need to do the workout within that
Yeah.
time.
And it's already dark at
It's
4 o'clock.
already dark,
Yeah,
and you're making cookies, you're
right.
maybe wrapping gifts, you're cooking for your family, whatever it is,
Yeah.
or you're doing some outside events
Yes.
that sometimes that's one of the first things that'll say, maybe I'll work out tomorrow."
Uh-huh.
But if you can put on that YouTube, Fit Fat Feeling Good, if I can give myself a little plug, or a yoga, relaxing 20-minute workout, go down in your basement, get your rolly cart,
Yeah.
get those weights to 10 minutes
Yeah.
once or twice, it feels so good.
Yes. And what I really love about the videos that Meg is talking about on her Fit Fed Feeling Good YouTube channel is that some of them you don't need a darn thing. Like or you could use some soup cans if you wanted a little weight and you don't have any weights. And so honestly, it's just putting on some running shoes and turning on the YouTube channel. That's all you have to do just to get in a little bit of movement. So it doesn't have to be expensive or difficult, or have a bunch of equipment. So I like that. So I'm going to ask you, Meg, do you use a humidifier in your home in the wintertime?
I love a humidifier.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. It just whenever the heat's on, right? It just dries everything out, and so that humidifier is just so helpful. We've already got ours turned on, actually, so it's just really helpful. Do you remember when you were a kid, did your parents ever use the Vicks Vapor Rub? Do you remember that? Right?
Yes. Oh,
I just remember that smell. It brings me back to being a kid because, yeah, mom would rub a little on her chest or dab a little under your nose or whatever. And I
right.
still smell it. I could still,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Vicks Vapor Rub for sure.
Yeah, that could be a whole different episode. What our moms and dads, did when we were sick. Like, what was the thing to do?
Isn't there something about putting a onion or potato in your sock?
I don't know.
Hey, isn't there something about that?
Maybe a necklace made out of garlic.
No, I think yes. Well, that too. But that would be really fun to talk about some kind of healing cures
Yes.
that might
Yeah.
work. Well, I used to put a bar of soap in the bed to avoid the cramps.
Really? I never heard of that.
Yes.
Did it work?
I didn't get cramps.
Well, there you go. Proof positive.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know the science. And there's even something like the soap cannot start with the letter D.
Oh, really?
There's some sort of chemical in the bar of soap.
Okay.
So you've got your fitted sheet, your
Yeah.
top sheet, and you. And
Yeah.
it's right next to you. Because
Eh,
I used to get terrible leg cramps in the middle of the night. I think we might have talked about this once before.
I do remember talking about the leg cramps. I have never heard about the bar of
Not
soap.
the soap,
No, that's so
but
interesting.
no dial, no dove. So I think I
Okay.
bought Irish Spring.
Oh, which is a
I thought,
very
well,
strong scent,
it's a
Irish Spring.
very strong scent. And I just thought, well, it can't hurt.
Yeah, right.
Well, the
Right.
only thing it can hurt is I think I've washed the bar of soap a few times.
When you throw the sheets in.
Then you hear it thump, thump, thump in the washing machine and you think, oh, shoot, the soap.
Well, a couple of, I don't know if they're tips, but just like cozy things to do. So it was wash the sheet day here. So I took off the cotton sheets and it'll be flannel sheets going on because we've already got snow here. We got snow last
Flannel
night.
sheets.
So some cozy flannel sheets. And I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to put those on, do I want to put the heated mattress pad under? I won't turn it on yet, but at least it'll be on for when we need it. So my husband runs cold all the time. And so we have the heated mattress pad. I've talked about this before, where you can control your own side of the bed. And so we'll put that on and it'll be ready to go for when those chilly nights set in.
Well, that is a good tip. Get the cozy stuff
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Don't save it. If you have a robe that's hanging back in your closet,
Right.
like you said about the morning, go get that robe. Enjoy
Yeah.
putting it on after your whatever it is, or the sheets, or whatever you have. No saving it, right?
Oh, when will you pull out the cozy pajamas, or have you already?
Well, I have the fall cozy pajamas. I have
Okay.
not gone to the fleecy.
Right. Or
Yeah,
that, yeah.
we're still, that kind of mid-temp range.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't pulled out the real cozy pajamas yet either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find nighttime is always like too hot, too cold, too hot, too cold. So,
Yes, I was just playing with my coverlets or
uh-huh.
covers. I have a sheet and then sort of a nice quilt, but I think
Yeah.
I might have to add just that next
Yeah.
blanket on top.
Yes. Yeah. We did
Blanket on
that
top.
as well.
Well, I have just one more tip.
Okay.
And I know that in some previous episodes, we've talked about some really rich, fun recipes and foods for the holidays.
Yes.
But also when you're trying to say, well, just maybe be mindful about your eating. Pause, appreciate your food, maybe eat a little slower
Yeah.
because we're probably all eating a little bit more treats,
Yeah.
maybe enjoying a few extra beverages that it's not in our daily
Right. Yeah.
life. So maybe just kind of slow down,
Hmm.
enjoy those
Yeah.
foods and treats and traditions, but
Hmm.
just be really extra mindful of your portion sizes
Yeah.
enjoy all that you are experiencing, but just really be mindful of what's on that plate,
Yeah.
just so you're not feeling icky that
Yeah.
evening or the next day,
Yeah. And I
sometimes
think
it's
during
good.
the week, if it's just during the week, because we tend to do these parties and things on the weekends or the evenings, maybe you concentrate a little extra on eating the rainbow when it comes to your fruits and vegetables, and also maybe making some really highly nutritious soups and that kind of stuff to through the week, you have those things, and then maybe on the weekends or at the parties, that's when you get to indulge a little, but you don't feel so bad because during the week you really took the time to make sure you're getting that nutrition.
That's a great idea. High nutrition foods,
Yes.
honestly. I mean, and it's a sweet potato,
Hmm. Yeah.
beans, something greens.
Yeah.
Some of the gals I was working with here, they were talking to me about some traditions you have to eat. They said black-eyed peas, so they were telling me
Oh,
how to make them, but they said you have to, was it on New Year's Eve, something green? Oh,
okay.
collard greens or turnip greens or something.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be luck, and I thought,
Oh,
"Oh, I need to get all of these fun tips." So we'll have
yes.
to share more about that.
Oh, that's so fun. So that's kind of regional to where you're living now?
I think it's regional,
Okay.
yeah.
Very
So,
interesting.
well,
Mm.
I'll get more info about that.
Yeah. Yeah, please do share.
So for this episode, is there any other wellness tips that you can give for our
I'm
group?
gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run through this little winter wellness kit. Okay, we've hit on some of these. I'm gonna real quick. So you're gonna grab a box or a basket or something to hold these things in so they're all together.
Okay.
Herbal tea, throat lozenges, honey, tissues, lip balm, a cozy throw, essential oils. Ooh, like eucalyptus or peppermint. Vitamin C packets, your thermometer, your pain reliever, your flu and cold meds, a wheat bag or a heating pad. Oh, we didn't talk about this. This goes into the mental health part again, but some people suffer from seasonal affect disorder. And so one of those natural lamps, that's
Daylight lamps?
yeah, one of the daylight lamps worth a shot to see if that helps, especially if you're prone to being sad when the light gets really low. Humidifier and a good book. Having it ready means you can rest and recover without searching or having to go out and buy things when you're under the weather. We would love to hear if you have any seasonal tips for staying well over this holiday season leading into the chillier weather. If you have some tips, send them to us, please. Facebook, Instagram on Redesigning Health and Home. We would love to hear what you have to say. And we so much appreciate you listening to this episode today. We hope you found something useful for yourself. Please stay well over the holidays.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. The topics discussed on Redesigning Health and Home are for entertainment purposes only. We are not physicians and we are not counselors. So please just enjoy this as it's intended to be, which is for entertainment purposes only.
Thanks for listening to the Redesigning Health and Home podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, we would love for you to like, share, and follow along so you can catch us on all future episodes. You can find me, Meg, at Fit, Fed, Feeling Good on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And you can find me, Carrie, on my website at homestylewithcarrie.com and on Instagram and Facebook at Homestyle with Carrie. That's Kerri. And you can find both of us at Redesigning Health and Home on Instagram and Facebook. So join us next time for more inspiration on creating a home and a lifestyle that truly supports your best self.